Hey guys, welcome back to another tech unboxing video. Today we're looking at the Rakuten Mini. Now, if you don't know what this thing is, I don't blame you. It's actually not sold in the US. I'm currently in Japan right now. I made a video where I went retro game hunting and tech hunting in Okinawa, Japan, and this is one of the cool things that I picked up while I was here. This is essentially a very small smartphone. Rakuten is a brand that's sold in Japan, and this Rakuten Mini model, let's see if we can get it focus, C330 model comes in red. I believe there is red, white, and black. But the one that we found was the red one. Well, let me stop talking. Let me just open it so you can see. And there it is. This is the phone itself. We'll come back to it later, but just so you guys see, this thing is absolutely tiny. Here's it compared to my iPhone 12 Pro Max, and it is just a little baby. So inside the box, we have a USB-C to aux headphone jack adapter, a USB-A to USB-C charging cord, and then a power brick. I believe this is a 5-volt charger. This device, I mentioned it in my video, but I went to a secondhand store here called Hard Off, and they had it. I think it was only 5,000 yen, which is close to $35 for a smartphone. And I researched it online, couldn't find anything on it. So I was like, okay, I have to buy this, I have to make a video on it, and I have to play around with it, and I did. This is the phone. The back seems to be made of glass. The sides are plastic, and the screen is, of course, glass, but there is a screen protector on it. And you can see here, the camera also has the plastic on it, which leads me to believe that this was actually kept in very good condition. There's almost no scuffs on it. And compared to, spoilers, I found another one, I bought another one. Compared to this one, this was a little cheaper, but it didn't come with a full box, it's just the device. This one has a few scuffs around it and does not have the covers on the screen. But both work really well, and I thought, why not go ahead and do a review of this for a US audience, because like I mentioned, the only ones that I saw were Japanese, and I just think it's a really cool device, and it's so super small. Now, the device itself is actually not that old. I think these were made in 2020. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments, but it is modern. It's USB-C. From what I've done on it and played around with, this has every feature that a modern smartphone has, just not the best flagship versions of them. So this one, I did go ahead and customize a little bit more just because I got this one first. And then this one is bone stock. Battery level is low because I haven't used it in a while. You can see that you have different theme managements and stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and just review this one because it has more battery, and we'll go from there. So starting off, this is essentially your modern Android phone, just with a firmware on it that I'm not too sure of, but you have your navigation buttons at the bottom, no swipe gestures, but then in terms of settings and everything, you just have to swipe down and you have everything that you need here. And with this setting right here, you can go ahead and adjust it, add different things, but I essentially turn everything on so you can do whatever from that quick access menu. If you want to go back, just hit back. Now, most of your stuff is going to be in this main page, and you navigate this by going up and down. And then if you want to do some shortcuts, you can put widgets here, and on the left side, like normal, you can do news, and you can probably set something else up to be here. This phone, I don't know if it came stock like this or if the previous user did this, but it comes with a bunch of Rakuten apps like Rakuten Pay, Rakuten Music, TV, Link, and a lot of stuff that I'm not going to use. But I did want to show you guys what was on it. It also came with a bunch of Google apps, which I do use, and then your normal apps at the bottom. And the phone did come with a Japanese overlay, but it's pretty easy to go into the settings and just change that over to English. So I'm in the settings here to show the battery life, and the battery life for this isn't too bad. With a device this small, it's actually all right. Like, it's not going to last you the whole day of heavy usage. It is going to die if you use it, but again, it doesn't take too much to charge it either. It's at 73%. I've only charged it for about 10-15 minutes, so pretty good. Pretty fast charging. And you still have all your capabilities with Bluetooth. You can connect an Xbox controller to this and play games. Yes, it can run games. You can connect this to a speaker. This is just a very small smartphone in a very compact design. The storage that comes with this device is 32 gigabytes. Some of that is taken up by the firmware, which is shown here in the system's 5.4 gigabytes. But it's really not that bad, and if you use something like Google Drive or any other cloud storage, you can offload stuff pretty easily. Now, you guys have probably noticed that there is no SIM card slot. And like in a lot of new phones now, there's no SIM card, it's all eSIM, and this phone is only eSIM. I may put an eSIM in this if it accepts it. I think it should. You can see here, the last one on here was Rakuten. And you can add a carrier, connects to your Wi-Fi, then you go ahead and just scan the QR code like you normally do. So if you guys want to see that in the video, I'll do it. And like other Androids, you can add a VPN here, you can see your mobile plan, connect to Wi-Fi, hotspot, tethering, all of that. And in the About Phone tab, it shows that the model of the phone is the C330. I'm not going to click on it because it still has the old person's phone number, and I'm not going to be that guy. Now, I know what you're thinking. With a phone this small, how usable is it? It's actually pretty usable. With something like this, a modern phone, it's big, the screen is nice, but when you want to watch content, some people still prefer not to watch on their phones, they want to watch on an iPad. Well, this thing plays content, and it plays it pretty great actually. Let's go ahead and open up YouTube. Now, it is not a 90 hertz or 100 hertz or 120 hertz screen. I'll actually look up what the refresh rate is and I'll put it right here as well as the resolution. But it plays content really great. And the volume speaker on this is great as well. You have volume coming from both the earpiece and down below. One of these is the microphone. But just to show you how loud it gets.
The MacBook has 500 nits of brightness, sometimes more with HDR content. The anti-glare screen...
Oh, that's loud.
But I need to be clear in that it doesn't look low res. The Katana was a 1080 screen panel. It was low res and muddy looking. This screen just looks a little swampy, but like a swamp that took a turn for the better and is trying to become a freshwater pond. The port selection on this device is awesome. Starting on the right side, we have a headphone mic.
It's a pretty cool channel. You guys should check it out. So watching content on this is really cool. I have a different section where I'm going to cover gaming on this thing because it does run RetroArch and it does run the Google Play games as well. But I'll save that for another video because I want to try some accessories with it. The next thing I wanted to show was the camera. So the camera app is actually pretty basic. You just have a few options here. You have changing the size of the actual picture here. You can put some filters on there, flash settings, and then if you go here, you can kind of do everything all in the same spot. So you can save a location, turn off tapping anywhere, set a timer, same thing with the photo size here, anti-flicker. You have a lot of options. And you even have this little face option. I'm not sure what this does. I think it's called Face Beauty. I think what it's supposed to do is make someone's face look better. I don't know, but I don't use it. And then of course we have the front camera that shows as well. And then with this front camera, you have the same options up here. And then moving to video. For video, we have two options. It's either 720p or 1080. There's no way to select frames, so I'm not sure what it's locked at. I'm assuming 30 frames per second. And then you have the options here as well. Less options with the video, but the video quality is not bad, and you can record front camera as well. And this one as well, you have 1080 and 720 options for the front camera. I'll go ahead and take some pictures and record some videos so you guys can see, one, what it looks like, and two, what it sounds like. Alright guys, I'm recording this video on the Rakuten Mini. We're shooting in 1080p. Let me know how it looks. And also, let me know how it sounds. So you have some controls by touching on the screen and changing what the focus is on. Also, I'm going to start shaking it. Let's see if there's any stabilization. Probably not. And this is me recording from the front camera. Again, 1080p. Let me know how it is. Definitely not the best color, but still decent. Now, I did want to emphasize the size of this thing again because it is a full smartphone, but it's so small. So I have a few things here we can compare with sizes. This is an Apple Watch, and thickness is actually about the same as the Apple Watch. This does have a case on it, but doesn't have too much bulk. So pretty thin device. Again, we had the iPhone 12 Pro Max, which is just a monster. We have the iPhone SE 2, which is a smaller iPhone, but still way bigger than the Rakuten Mini. And then we have a PlayStation Vita, which is pretty small, but again, large boy compared to this one. Alright guys, well that was my quick little review of the Rakuten Mini smartphone. Again, this phone is just so cool to me. I always like quirky tech, and especially tech that I can see myself using. And in the time of having this, I have used this actually quite a bit, mostly with emulating games and having a little handheld Pokemon player, and it's been awesome. Did I need to buy two? Absolutely not, but I wanted it, so I did. And I don't know, maybe I'll load this up with some emulators and beef it up and give it to a friend. I'll probably just keep it. But let me know what you guys think. Would you use this as a daily driver? I was thinking with the small battery size, but still the ability to do modern tasks that you need, it kind of is I don't want to say dumb phone, but it's a phone that makes you live in the moment. You know, if my screen is always this small and my battery's not that big and my camera's not that great, I think I'm less inclined to be on my phone all the time. So it has everything you need if you need it, but also kind of pushes you to not be on your phone as much. This is definitely a cool thing to have if you don't have space and you just want a phone. If you're traveling internationally or wherever you are, I picked it up and I'm very happy I did. I'm very happy that I got a box that comes with it, with the accessories. Makes me feel good that I picked that up, even though this second one that I got did not have that. Like I mentioned, there aren't too many people covering this, so if there's something that you guys are wondering about the device, let me know and I'll make a video about it. I did Amazon it, and I did find some cases that are for this phone, so I might order that and protect it a little more. And I don't know, who knows, maybe I can just eat it. No. If you guys have any questions, leave it down below. If you have any comments, leave it down below as well. Would you use this phone? I don't think most people would. I think after a little bit, the gimmick gets old, and having a small phone is not that realistic, but I don't know. What do I know? I'm not you. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, drop a like. If you want to see more videos in the future, consider subscribing. Like I said before, I will be making an emulation video on this and a video of this running games. And let me just say now, it runs RetroArch, it plays PlayStation 1. I've used an Xbox controller on it, and I have some pretty fun ideas for that video. So stay tuned, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.